So this type of problem that you did, that 9 through 18, okay? And some of you guys just did these two things when you did your homework. You found the vertex, the axis of symmetry, but you didn't put it in vertex form or sketch the graph, okay? So make sure you do all of that come Friday on your quiz, okay? So the first thing I would do is find the axis of symmetry. That's the easiest thing to do. So use this formula. X equals negative b over 2a. Okay? Morning. You're welcome. So negative b would be, that negative sign's there, and then again b is negative a, so it ends up being positive b, right? Over 2 times a is 1, which is 2. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 4. All right, that's the first thing. The next thing you want to do is find the vertex then. The vertex is going to be 4 something. Whatever the axis of symmetry equals, that's the x value of your vertex. Now, you just plug 4 up into the original equation. So basically, you're doing f of 4 to find the y value of the vertex. So it'll be 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 5. 4 squared is 16. 8 times 4 is 32. So 16 minus 32 is a negative 16 plus 5 equals negative 11. Okay? Now I've got the vertex. Now I can put it in vertex form. I can put it in this form. The vertex, that's the H, and that's the K. Okay? So, vertex form, A is 1. So we go like f of x, 1. You don't have to write that. It's always x minus h, and h is 4, so you just put x minus 4. If it was negative 4, you go x minus a negative 4, which makes it plus 4. It's like the opposite. Squared. And then k is negative 11, so I just put minus 11. All right? And then sketch the graph, which 4, negative 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 11, about there. It opens up because A is a positive 1, right? My y-intercept is whatever C is. All right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my y-intercept. There's my vertex. Remember, there's a axis of symmetry was x equals 4. So that's this. All right? Goes right down the middle of it. So what I do to find the other point, I go straight across from the y-intercept. I'm 4 away this way, so I'm going to go 4 this way. Oops, I'm going to go back to my pen. Oh, that's a bummer. There we go. Go 4 this way. And that's 8, 5. So now I have 3 points for my parabola, for the sketch of the graph. Okay, so on our practice quiz, in a quiz, there's 4 problems, just like this. But that was one way to do it. If you want to do it this way, that's fine. The other way I showed you was, go back, rewrite the problem. Sure that was the right one. Yeah. Okay. And I told you you could complete the square. Okay. So the way to complete the square is you keep these together on the left, add your blank, and then you're moving that to the other side so it becomes -5 plus blank. To get the blank, remember you take half of b, which would be 4, and then square it. So 4 squared would be 16. Okay? Then you can factor it to look like this. Square root of x squared minus whatever's in front of the b, the square root of 16 is 4, and then that's 11. When you do that, and then bring this over by subtracting it. So this is vertex form. So you get the vertex form first. If you know the vertex form, then you can tell what the vertex is. Okay? That's why we call it vertex form. The vertex is opposite of that, which is 4, and whatever that is. And then your axis of symmetry is always x equals whatever the x value of the vertex is. And then you go ahead and graph it again. Now, when you do it this way, to find your y-intercept, you go f of 0. So you go 0 minus 4 squared minus 11 and get that number. Morning, Mason. So -4 squared would be positive 16, right? So you get 16 minus 11, which is 5. So that means your y-intercept is 0, 5, like we got. So we can graph it. So we have 0, 5 again. We have 4, -11 again. And then we can find that 8, 5. Right? So you can do it either way. Your choice. I showed you both ways yesterday. Your homework said use complete the square. But I told you you could do it the way I did it first, if you want. Find the axis of symmetry. Find the vertex, plug the 4 in, and then, so we got -11. And then just substitute the vertex in for HK. Whatever A is in the original is what A is there. And you have your vertex form. Okay? So a lot of you on your homework didn't do all 4 parts. Okay? That's why I wanted to go over this. And then min and max was the other type of problem. Some of you just wrote it's a min or a max, but you didn't actually tell me what the min or max value was. Okay? So you have to do both of those, say min or max, and then figure out that answer. So for number 3, you just had to match up the picture of the graphs that were below 3 and 6, and to see, what they were. So, if I got x minus 4 squared with nothing after it, this was the equation, f of x, I guess. What's the vertex? What's the x value of the vertex? Come on. 4. What's the y value? What's out here? 0. Yeah. So go find, and you know there's no number in front, so it's positive. It opens up. So find the picture that has the vertex at 4, 0, which would have been B, right? So that would have been that one. And then number 6 was -1/2 x squared plus 3 Okay, so that wasn't in vertex form. So wake up, Workman. So what you could do is go x equals negative b. What's b for this one? 0, good. There's no x over 2a. Does it matter what 2a is if there's a 0 up top? Oh, it's going to be 0, right? Does this open up or down? Opens down, right? So you want to find one that has, and the y-intercept is 0, 3, right? Whatever the c is. So you could figure out, the axis of symmetry really quick. So, that it opens down, and then the y-intercept is 0, 3. And if, our y-axis is the axis of symmetry, because x is 0, that's the y-axis. This point's 0, 3. So that one matches up with E. Okay, so that's all you had to do. You had to try to figure out a way, or you could have just put it in your calculator, couldn't you? And your y equals, and look at it, and then match it up, right? Then you won't have a problem like that on the quiz, but that's something you should be able to figure out. All right, number 9 then, the answer was, be way in the back here. All right, number 9 was f of x equals the quantity x plus 2 squared minus 3, which means your vertex is negative 2, negative 3. Your axis of symmetry is x equals negative 2, and then you sketch your graph, which is a parabola that opens up. Number 12, f of x for vertex form, f of x equals x minus 5 squared minus 22. So my vertex is 5, negative 22. My axis of symmetry is x equals 5. And it's another parabola that opens up. Number 15, f of x equals negative 1 times the quantity x minus 2 squared plus 6. So my vertex is 2, 6. My axis of symmetry is x equals 2. And you sketch your graph, and this time it's going down because our a value is negative 1. And number 18, f of x equals negative 2 times the quantity x plus 1 squared plus 7. So that means our vertex is negative 1, 7. Our axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1. And then sketch your graph, and it's another one that's going down because our a value is negative 2. All right. Number 36. Okay. Let's just look at that. Some of you weren't quite sure, I don't think. And we've got f of x equals negative x squared minus 6x. All right, so does this open up or down? Down. We all know why it goes down, don't we? Because our a value is negative, right? So does that mean we have a min or a max we're looking for? A max, right? Very top. We're looking for the vertex. All right, so we find the vertex by going, first of all, axis of symmetry, negative b over 2a, which would be positive 6 over negative 2, so that's x equals negative 3. So the max value is whatever I get when I substitute negative 3 in for x. Okay? So a lot of you do this incorrectly. You've got to take this number If you put it in the calculator, do it right. A lot of you will make that positive 3 first, and then square it and get positive 9. That's wrong. It should be negative 9. Because the negative 3 squared, you got to do first. Exponents, this is multiplication, right? It's like negative 1 times that. Exponents are before multiplication in our order of operations. You guys should know that. Okay? But a lot of us make a mistake here. So again, negative 3 squared is positive 9, but that negative out front makes it negative 9. Negative 6 times negative 3 is positive 18. Negative 9 plus 18 is 9. So it's a maximum, and the max value is 9. That's how you do those. Okay, you find the axis of symmetry, and then you just plug in whatever you get to the problem. And that'll give you the max or min value. Depending if it opens down, it's a max, opens up, it's a min. Okay? So for number 39, you got a positive 2 for your A value. So that means it opens up, so you're looking for a minimum. When you find your, axis of symmetry, whatever it is, you plug it in, and when you plug it in, you should get negative 1/8 for that minimum value. 42, A is a positive 3, so it opens up, so it's a minimum. And since there's no B value, okay, that means you put 0 in for the negative B, that gives you 0 for your axis of symmetry. So when you plug 0 into the problem, you're going to get negative 41 for your minimum value. Any questions on those three? Okay. So you look at your A value first. It opens up. You're looking for a minimum value. Find the vertex. Whatever the Y value of the vertex is, it is that minimum value. If it's got a negative A value, that means it opens down. That means you're looking for a maximum value. You do the same thing. Find the vertex. And the Y value of the vertex is that maximum value. Okay? So, your quiz has 8 problems. 4 of the one we did for warm-up and 4 of these. Okay, that's what your practice quiz is today. Turn that in, submit it today or tomorrow before class. So you get your 5, and then we'll go over it tomorrow, and the quiz will be Friday. All right?